Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something that is set to completely change the game for auditing in Malaysia. We're talking about artificial intelligence. And by 2026, it won't just be a buzzword, it'll be at the very core of the profession. This isn't some far-off prediction, It's a revolution that's already getting started.
Okay, so let's just dive right in. The difference between how we audit today versus how we'll be auditing in just a couple of years is going to be night and day. We're moving away from this reactive, manual process that looks at tiny samples of data. It's kind of like trying to drive by only looking in the rearview mirror. Instead, we're shifting to a predictive, automated model that can test 100% of the data. It's like swapping that mirror out for a live, forward-facing GPS.
So to really get our heads around this huge transformation, we're going to break it down into 6 key parts. We'll kick things off with the big why behind this revolution. Then we'll check out the new tools, look at the challenges ahead, and finally, we'll see what the auditor of tomorrow actually looks like.
All right, so what is really going on here? Well, let's be clear. This is not about robots taking over jobs and replacing auditors. It's actually about a powerful new partnership, one between human expertise and machine intelligence. And that partnership is creating a whole new way of thinking about assurance. The big idea here is something called augmented intelligence. Just think of AI as a power tool that basically supercharges what an auditor can do. It takes care of all the heavy lifting, the massive, repetitive data analysis, so that the human expert is free to focus on what humans do best, exercising professional judgment, applying skepticism, and thinking strategically.
So why is all of this happening right now? What's the big rush? Well, this shift isn't just happening in a vacuum. There are actually 4 major forces that are really accelerating AI adoption, especially right here in the Malaysian context.
And these drivers, they're a really powerful mix. You've got regulators pushing for more, you have the constant pressure to be more efficient, the whole skill set for the profession is changing, and of course, the sheer amount of data from clients, whether they're GLCs or brand new tech startups, is just exploding.
And this quote right here, it really hits the nail on the head. This regulatory push is a massive, massive catalyst. New standards, and especially the huge wave of ESG reporting requirements, they demand a level of deep data analysis that, frankly, you just can't do manually anymore. Not efficiently anyway. Only AI can really handle that scale.
All right, so we've covered the why, but let's get into the what. What does this new AI toolkit actually look like? Let's get practical and look at the game-changing applications that are going to be standard in every top auditor's bag of tricks.
We are talking about some seriously powerful stuff here. These are systems that can watch transactions as they happen, in real time. They can predict where a financial misstatement is most likely to pop up. And get this, they can even read thousands of contracts and reports in minutes to find hidden risks a human might miss. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the new reality. Okay, look at this number. 100%. This is a total game changer because with continuous auditing, AI allows for the analysis of every single transaction. Think about it. We're going from checking a small sample and just hoping for the best to analyzing the entire population of data. It completely redefines what assurance even means.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great in theory, but what does it actually look like for the auditor on the ground? Let's paint a picture. Let's do a little walkthrough of what an audit engagement is going to feel like in 2026. So picture this. Your day doesn't start with pulling a random sample of invoices anymore. Nope. Instead, you're interacting with a slick AI-powered dashboard that has already chewed through all the data. It's flagging the weird stuff, the anomalies, for you to investigate. Your job isn't the grunt work of finding the needle in the haystack anymore. The AI does that. Your job is to look at that needle and figure out what it actually means. But, of course, it's not all going to be smooth sailing. Getting to this future won't be easy. There's some pretty significant roadblocks, especially for firms in Malaysia, that we really need to talk about.
First up, the big one, money. Let's be honest, this technology is expensive. And what we see here is the risk of a growing divide in the market. The big firms, they can afford to invest heavily and accelerate their capabilities. But what about the smaller and mid-tier firms? There's a real danger they could get left behind.
And maybe an even bigger challenge than the cost is the people problem. There's a huge skills gap. You need professionals who can speak both languages, accounting and data science. But as this chart shows, that overlap is tiny. Finding those people, or more likely, training your existing talent, is probably the single most urgent priority right now. So yeah, there are challenges, for sure. But let's not lose sight of where we're headed.
Because the role of the auditor is not disappearing. Not at all. It's evolving into something more strategic, more insightful, and, frankly, a lot more valuable. Think about your own role. You're going to move from being a manual data checker to a strategic advisor, from a manual tester to an AI supervisor. You stop being just a historian who reports on what happened last year, and you become a data interpreter who can actually provide forward-looking insights.
And what's really exciting is that this evolution unlocks a whole new world of services. We're talking about firms being able to offer things that were barely possible before, like continuous real-time assurance, predictive risk advice, and even auditing the AI models their clients are using. It's a huge opportunity to deliver more value and become truly indispensable.
So, what's the bottom line? It's this. The future of Malaysian audits is augmented intelligence. And the firms that get this right, the ones that invest in the 3 T's, technology, talent, and trust in these new systems, they are, without a doubt, going to be the undisputed leaders by 2026.
So, we'll leave you with this one final thought. This AI revolution, it's not a question of if anymore. It's a question of when, and when is right now. So the only real question left for you and for your firm is this: are you ready for it?